Hello friends, welcome back to Laravel tutorial. In this video, we are going to discuss about Laravel joining concept. Actually, what is joining? Joining is actually a relations between two tables. Means if you want to get data from multiple tables, one or more tables, then we need joining. Joining can happen if we have relation between one or more tables. Means if you go into my database, this is the Laravel 11 database we are using, and I created two tables. One is students and one is subject. So let's see this. So first is student table and this is the subject table. Okay. So here you can see there are four records into my students table, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the parent table, or you can say the base table. And another table, you can say this is the subjects table. Here we can see the list of subject and we can see the student ID. Basically, the student ID is the foreign key which actually references the ID from students. This is the primary key of student table and this ID is the primary key of subject table. But how these are related? So here student ID is related to the ID from the students table. So you can understand the relations. So students table ID is related to subject table student ID. So this is the relation. So we can create a join with these two tables. Means we can get data from these two tables. Suppose if we want to get data, suppose Sunny is 1, and if you get the 1, so there is no relation between Sunny. So there is no student ID which 1. But if you check the rock, which subject is associated with the rock, so you can see the 2. So if you check, the 2 is computer, means rock related to subject, that is the computer, right? So let's see how we can do with the Laravel. Okay, so we will discuss about simply DB concept, and using DB we will do that, and after that we will learn about the allocant, and then we will do with the allocant query. Right. Now, if you just go to the editor, you can see we install our Laravel application. So let's create a controller, and using that controller, we'll do some queries which will relate to student or subject. Okay. So before that thing, so let's see the concept between that things. So what type of joins are there? So in Laravel, we have basically the base joining is four type of join is the base joining, and based on this joining we have another more two types of joining. We will discuss about that things later. So here you can see the table 1 and table 2. You can treat that the base table and the child table. Okay, if we have, if you want to get data only the related part, then we can do the inner joins. Means we'll get some data from here and we'll get some data from here. Means we want to get some common data, we will use the inner join. Okay, another, if you want to get the fast table data totally, and we want to get the particular that data from the table 2 which are related to table 1, then we will use left join, and the opposite thing is a right join. We will get all data from table 2, and we only get such data from the table 1 which are related to table 1, then we'll use a right join. And the table and the cross join is the artisan product. Actually these are this will fetch all the records from all the tables. Okay, so let's see the types of joining. So in Laravel we have an inner join, left join, right join, cross join. So you can understand from this diagram, and based on this top 4 join, Laravel provides some advanced concept like advanced joining concept and the subquery joining concept. So we'll discuss all 6 in this video. So now just go to the terminal, and now just I want to create a controller. So how can we create controller? PHP artisan make uh, controller, let's say joining controller. Okay, so just enter this, we'll create a new controller. Now controller is created inside the app HTTP controllers joining controllers. So let's go into the app HTTP controller. You can see the joining controller is created. Okay. Now, if I want to get the inner join concept, means the first joining is inner join, means we want to get such data which are only the common part from table 1 and table 2. So let's create a function, public function, and let's create function that is inner join. Okay, and let's I want to use the db query, so simply write use db. Okay, and now simply I just going to use that db, and here the table name is the first table I want to get. The table 1 is here, my table 1 is the students, and I want to join that table with the subjects. Okay, so simply write join and use the subject table. So let's copy this so that there will be no typo. Now right here subject. Okay, and we know the relations. The subject table student id equal to the students table id, means this is the relation. Okay, so simply just write on that. So simply write students table dot id is related to subjects table dot student id. Okay, so simply write student. So my relations is done. Now I have to fetch some records. Just write select, and finally just write get to get all the data. So in select we want to get the student name and subject name. But here is another concept. Here in the subject table we have a column name, and in student table we have a column name. So if you want to get the name, so this cannot understand which name I want to get. So how to differentiate? So here write students dot name and subjects dot name. Still, if you run this, we will get a problem, because all the name is same, means you don't, means we cannot return the same name column. Okay, so I just want to set the aliases name so we can understand. This is actually treating as student name, and this is actually the subject name. So simply write subject name. Right now I want to return this record, so simply store this into a result, and here just return the result. Okay, so we need to call these functions from the route. So inner join inner. Okay, so I have to call this from the routes. So just go into the web routes, and here I will call. Okay, so first we need to know that we need to define our controller from the web.php, so that web.php can understand which controller want to call. So simply just use the namespace. So use app http controllers, and which controller I want to call the joining controller. Okay, and now just call the functions, means call the route get, and I want to call the functions from the joining controller. So my URL is inner join. Okay, and here just write joining controller and the function name. So my function name is inner join, so simply write this. Okay, Now if I just going to call this URL, we can understand what happened. So simply just write in this way, and here we are getting three records. Okay, so in my students table we have four record, but we are getting only three records. So why? The reason is, so if you check in the inner join, so inner join actually return only the common thing. Means if I just check 1, 2, 3, 4, and here you can see the 1, 2, 3. So 4, 3, 2 ID are present, but one ID is not present. Means for student ID 1, there is no associated subject. Okay. So that's the reason the common part is key. 2 have subject, 3 have subject, and 4 have subject. You can see. So only the common part is returning. So now we can see the David, John, and Rock appear. So David, John, and Rock is appear, but Sunny is not appear, right? So this is actually inner join. Now we have requirement. I want to see all the students. If any subject related to them, it will display. Otherwise, nothing or null you can display. Okay. So in that time, we can use this lab join. Okay. Now, if you just go here and let's create another function. So when you actually create the inner join, then it will automatically, you can understand what is the left join and right join, no problem on that. So simply let's use another function left join, and here write the joining in left join. So this is a function to get the left join. Okay, now just go here and call another function, you can see the difference. So here my function name is left join, and I want to create a URL for lab join. Okay, so simply write lab join. Now go and run in another tab, you can understand. So here write lab join. Now you can understand we are getting the four records. For Sunny, we are getting subject as null because Sunny don't have any subject. You can understand Sunny don't have any subject. So in the inner join, we are getting only the common things, but in the lab join, we are getting all the data from the students table, right? From the students table. But if the subject is present, we are getting the subject, and if there is no subject present, then we will getting simply the null concept, null. Okay, now I want to add another records here so that it will get more clear. So math, English, computer, and I want to write here history. Okay, so history is created. Now, if you refresh this, we will still will get the same things because history is not related to any students. Right? Now, if you make this a right join, that time history is not related to any student, but I have to get all the data from the subject table, and if any students related with that subject, I want to get the subject name. So how we going to do this? Okay, so simply we will create the right join. Okay, so simply just copy that things and just change the syntax from left to right. Okay, and I'm creating the function name, just right join. Okay, and go here and call the function right join, and here I want to create the URL as a right join. Okay, so we are getting data. Now see the difference. Okay, so this is the important things. Means you are seeing that is simple, but this is the conceptual things. when you actually going to create any live application, you will get the more complex relation, and there are many tables can have, and we need to find the relations, and based on our requirement we need to get the data. Okay, so we need to decide when which relation should apply. Okay, so inner join actually now returning the data which are related from the two tables. Left join returning data which actually from the left tables data and which are related to the right table data. Okay, means all data will coming from the left table and then the right table data. And right join, we are getting all the table from the right table. So here my right table is the subject. So we are getting subject for English, math, computer, history. So if you check, all the data we are getting from the subject table, but we will get the student name which are related to the subject. If there is no student associated with any subject, we will getting null. Means for history there is no subject ID. Sorry, no student ID. So that the reason in history we are getting null. Okay, so these are the main three joining concept. Based on that, all the relation exist in our application, so understand it clearly. Still, if you have any queries, you can put comment and I will show you with another example. All right, or we can understand what are the problems and I will clearly define again. Now, the next thing is the cross join. Actually, cross join is nothing but a artisan product. Means the cross join is, so here we have four records and students have a four records. So if you cross join, then 4 into 4, total 16 records of data will come. Actually, this is the combination of 16 records. Okay, means for Sunny will get this 4, for Rock will get this 4, means for every student will get every 4 data. Okay, so let's see this how we can achieve the cross join. So simply just write in this way. So create a function, public function. Let's see, let's create a cross join. So here cross join don't need any relations because we will get all the data with the artisan product. So simply write dollar result uh, using db and table. Then the first table is students, and we want to join the second table name is subjects. Okay, and nothing else. We don't need to write join or the relations. Then we will just copy from the previous. We want to get the same records, then the select is same, and we want to get the records, so that's the reason these are the same. So finally return the result so that we can display from the browser. Okay, so this is the cross join. So just copy this and just call this function the cross join function. Okay, so simplify cross join and here write cross. Actually, this is the URL. Whatever you can write, that will appear with the browser. Okay, so now just write 127. This is my URL and the cross join. Okay, internal server error, too few arguments. Oh, sorry, I don't write the cross join here. I just write only the join. So just to go here, and instead of join, you need to write the cross join. So simply write cross join here. Okay, and let's refresh this. We'll get the 16 records. Means for David, we are getting English. Means for all the English data, 1, 2, 3, 4 records for David, John, Roxani. Then math for all, then computer for all four. Okay, so based on that things, we are getting all the records. Okay, total 16 of record we are getting. Understand? So this is actually the cross join. We don't need any relations. Actually, it will merge all the data with all the available options. Okay, so this is the cross join. The important things which actually will get the advanced concept, this is the advanced join and subquery join. So what is advanced join? How can I achieve this? Actually, if you check here, we are just simply using the functions. This is the pre-built functions which actually doing all the things. But in advanced join, we can pass closure function with the join function. Okay, so let's see some example first so that we can understand. So simply write public function and let's create a function name advanced join. Okay, so dollar result, this is a common thing. Okay, so I just going to show you db table, and this is a common. I just going to write students, going to make a students as the table 1, and then we will write a join, and we will join with the subjects table. But here we will not write any relation directly. We will write a relation in this way. We will create a closure functions. There may have multiple relations. There may have some conditional clause when we're relating. Then we can use this advanced join. Okay. So I just going to write a join, not join, you can write j, means whatever we will pass, we can get xx of that things into here. Okay. And here just write the join on, then we will write the on. Okay. And here we will write the relations. So the relations is this. Okay. So sorry, this is the relation. So just copy these things. Students.id related to subjects.student id. Okay, now just write the same things. And what is the error? What is the error? Actually, we need to write a semicolon here. Okay, so this is actually a statement. And another thing is we don't need to write these things. Okay, so now just go into the web.php, and the same way just create another routes. This is advanced join, and here write advanced join. The thing is, in the advanced join we'll use the simple join. We can use left, right, whatever, but here we will pass the closure functions, and inside the closure functions we can do all the things. So simply let's see the benefit of that things. Means here just write in this way 127 and cross join. Sorry, advanced join. So we are getting the same data as the inner join. Actually, we are using the inner join here. Okay, but why we need these things? So we can write in these things in the simply in the inner join concept also. But why we write these things? So you can understand the benefit when you write any other part. Means if you want any condition when joining, means I want to get a joining, I want to get return the data with some clause, with some where clause. So here I just going to get all the data, or I just going to return the data for 2 IDs 2. Then we can write the condition. Here write where, here write students dot id uh, equal to 2. Okay, now if you just refresh this, we are getting all the data for raw. So we can understand what is the purpose of advanced join. So the next thing is subquery join. So how we can achieve the subquery join? Okay, so what is the purpose of subquery joining? Actually, when we need to write a query inside another query, means we are getting some collections of data, or we are getting some data from the database, and based on that data we want to create another joining, then we need a subquery joining. Means part by part we'll do all the things. Okay. So here let's create another joining. So simply write public function, and here write subquery joining, subquery joining, and here I want to get all the subject data first separately. Subject data, and sorry, subject data, and just write db table name, here subject, table subjects. Okay, and I have to get some selected data. Means I don't need all the data, so simply write select, and here write I have to get the subject id. So we need to use that things when relationing, and the name as subject name. So this is a simple query, and you can understand we don't need to write get, we will get once. Okay, so we are getting the student sorry, subject id and name. Okay, not subject id. In the subject table we have student id, sorry. So we are getting student id and subject name from the subject table. Now we will use this variable into another query. Means let's use my main query, means the result db, and here write table, and we are getting data from students. Now here we will use the syntax, that is join sub. This is the function, and here we will pass the subject data, then just write subject data. Actually this subject data we are getting these things, and we are using this as a subject data, and just pass the function, and you can pass anything here. Means you can pass the join or anything, any keyword which actually will access from here. So simply write join, and then on, then we'll write the condition. So its condition is not simple as previous. The condition is students dot id, which is same as we are getting the id from subject data dot student id. Okay, so we are getting from subject data, and in the subject data we have student id, so just write student id. Okay, and simply just use a semicolon here, and now get all the data. Okay, and finally let's return the result. We'll get the same things. Okay, so now just call this subquery join here. Oh, sorry, subquery join, and let's write subjoin. Okay, no problem, and just go here, and 127. So we are getting all the data. Okay, so we are getting actually all the data from the students, and we are getting all the two data from the subject table. So 1 2 3, this is the common thing. Okay, so you can understand how we can do this. Means if you want to restrict these things, we can write here the select query also. Means in the select we can write students id, students name, whatever, you can do that. So you can understand how you can get the related data with the subquery join. So we can understand what is inner join, what is left join, what is the right join, then the cross join, advanced join, and subquery join. So if you have any problem with any joining, you can comment me in the below comment section. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe this channel for upcoming video. So, thanks for watching this video. Have a good day. Bye.